All right, good evening, everyone. I'm coming on here a little late. This is going to be a pretty quick video. I just want to come on and kind of talk about what happened this past Friday, well, Thursday night into Friday morning for the SPC drop for Prismatic Evolutions. So, as you can see, I do have a total of 4 of them. I did stay overnight at a GameStop local to my area, and I also my wife came later in the night, so I was able to get two, and she was able to get two. Now, I kind of just wanted to come on here and talk about just kind of like the state of the hobby and like the comments and just in general, like what's going on because it's a lot, and I felt the need to make a video uh, because of it. So, all in all, the camping overnight was really fun. I want to say that much. I really had a blast doing it, and I loved, yeah, I started the line at 7:30 p.m. and I want to say one thing really quick. I'm really getting tired of people saying, "Oh, get a job," and you're unemployed and this and that. Guys, just stop. Like, just because somebody camps overnight like doesn't mean they don't have a job. So that's one thing that I'm getting really kind of sick of hearing, and whether it's collectors or scalpers or resellers or whoever, if you're saying to somebody that, well, you don't have a job because you're standing in line, that couldn't be further from the truth. A lot of these people that camp overnight for these hard to get products and really sought after products do have jobs, myself included. So I just happen to be off that week. Like, I typically am off every single Thursday and Friday. So I'm sorry that maybe your job doesn't allow you to take time off, or maybe you don't get Thursday or Friday off. But nonetheless, like, putting people down because saying they don't have a job when in fact they do is really kind of it's just toxic. Like, it's really toxic behavior, and it's toxic, to the hobby. So I'm really just kind of getting tired of seeing that. And another thing I'm seeing is, people being greedy, like, now, you can, I already know I'm probably going to get some flack for doing this video, and I quite personally don't really care. But, I did purchase 4, they'll say, oh, well, you brought your wife along to get 2 additional. Like, absolutely I did. We're planning to open 2 on this YouTube channel, and we're also going to keep 2 of them sealed. Now, there was, if we want to bring up the argument of greedy, well, there was other people in line that got more than even me. Like, some people bring their entire family. Like, we're talking 2, 3, 4, 5 people, and 10 boxes go to one family. So to sit and say I'm greedy for getting 4 boxes, like, come on now. Like, there's people that have like 20, 30, 40 of these things. Like, if you say I'm greedy because I bought 4, whatever, I don't really care. There's people that have double what I have, triple what I have, quadruple what I have. So, again, if you want to say I'm greedy, I don't really care. um, but yeah, like I said, I am planning to open 2 of these on the YouTube channel, hopefully sometime this week. But yeah, back to the overnight stay. It was pretty smooth, actually. We all fell asleep at one point. I mean, I slept in the back of my wife's SUV. Like, absolutely I did. I'm not going to stay up all night. So, we all slept at one point, and everybody that was in line was super chill. Like, it was a super there was 8 of us, and I had my kid there too. He didn't really count because he didn't buy anything. But yeah, we spent the night there. There was a total of 8, well, 9 if you include my kid, but my GameStop had a allocation of 16 So again, there were 8 of us. So I want to say, again, the line started 7:30 p.m. Thursday night, and it pretty much ended, I want to say shortly after midnight. There was enough people in line where at that point, anybody else that walked up, we had to start turning them away. Like, we had I'd say a good, decent amount, especially as we got further in the morning, like 6, 7, 8 o'clock. We had more people walk up, and we had to turn them away. Like, look, we've been here all night long, and we are all purchasing 2 each, and we told them, like, to save you time, maybe go try a different store. But now I want to actually talk about this guy that walked up at 8 o'clock or something, and it was like an hour or two before the store opened, and he thought he was gonna get one. He was like, well, I see 8 chairs, but I don't see 8 people. So it's like, like my wife had to leave for a little bit, and you know what? I left at 4 a.m. to let my dog out, and absolutely I did, because why not? Everybody was asleep. So, it's just like we've been staying there all night. Like, we literally slept in the car all night long, and you're not about to walk up at 2 hours before open thinking you're gonna get something. Like, I'm sorry, this is the real world, and I'm not really gonna give up one of my boxes because you think you can walk up an hour or two before open and you can get one, when all 8 of us have been waiting all night long. So it's just kind of a time investment thing. And that's why he chose to argue with us, and the entire line told him to fuck off, pretty much. So hopefully YouTube doesn't kick me off for using that word. But yeah, nonetheless, like, we told him to go kick rocks. Like, you walked up at, and we could tell he was a reseller. Like, he had an earpiece in, and he didn't seem like he really gave 2 craps about Pokemon. So we told him to kick rocks. Like, look, dude, we've been here all night long. You're not about to walk up at 8 o'clock thinking you own the line all of a sudden. Like, that's not how things work. So it was all everybody in line, and he finally gave up and left. But again, say what you want, but it was definitely a pretty crazy day. I really enjoyed staying overnight for this box. And the crazy thing is, like, I already have people saying, that I have 4. So I have people saying that, oh, well, are all 4 spoken for, meaning, like, I'm gonna give these to other people. Like, I'm sorry, but that is also not happening. Like, I stayed 14 and a half hours overnight to get these boxes, and I'd be crazy to really do anything with them right now. I don't even want to sell them. Like, I may sell them in the future, 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, but it's like, I just don't really want to part ways with any of them right now, because again, I spent all night long getting these boxes. Why would I just, throw it away like it's nothing? Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, people think I'm greedy because I got 4 boxes and they want me to give some up. Like, no, that's not happening. Like, you'll have to find some. You'll have to find one at another store. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not selling any of my boxes. I'm not trading any of my boxes, and I'm not giving away any of my boxes to people who missed out. Like, that's just not going to happen. This is the real world, and we're pretty much just living in it. So kind of just wanted to come on here and rant a little bit. Once again, none of these are for sale, none of these are for trade. And I just think the hobby has gotten really, really kind of toxic, thinking that, they can get free handouts, basically. So please give me a like if you enjoyed watching this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let me know how your experience went if you stayed overnight for these boxes. And again, guys, I will see you soon in a new one. Thanks for watching.
We're unstoppable. Went through a whole lot of obstacles. I swear we did the impossible.